trying to get out of it, follow this process.
Okay.
Hold on, repeat after me. What's your name?
BJ.
BJ, repeat after me. Say, if it's not simple.
If it's not simple.
It's not accurate.
It's not accurate. Okay.
Next question.
I have another question.
Okay.
It was just about the language. So even though you may have filled out your forms yourself, you just still use the language about my parents, this and that.
Absolutely. Everything we just went over.
Okay. And do you use your middle name if you have a middle name on all these forms? Your middle name or initial? Because we just use first and last name hyphen last name. If you have a middle name, do you use it on the forms?
Here's what I'm trying to do with people. I do not put the middle name on the application because it is my designation and I'm a private person. And this is a movement too. Amen. People who just going by two name joints, them names is private. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, hold on. Now watch this. See, watch it. All creating by not having all the answers, but just us coming together with these great questions, fixing it. When you do that, it's like, yeah, that's a private person. So the way commerce runs, everybody always got to be first name, middle name, last name. So since that's how commerce is running, I'm doing the opposite. Remember what I said this. Why rage against the machine when I can just unplug it? And that's basically, like, we can get a lot of questions today. But basically, I'm just trying to unplug myself from that and then get with Yusef and these other group of smart people who trying to better themselves. And instead of me talking about it and being a liar and a hypocrite and a fat mouth and all this stuff, I don't want to be like these other people out here who saying, yeah, we got this going on, Robert. You ain't got jack going on. Do you get rid of your social? No, but shut up. And you know what? That's love. That's nobody trying to be mean. It's just like, really, y'all, we have to start doing that, y'all. Our friends have fat mouths and they're goofy and they say things of folly all the time. I don't want to hang out with nobody like that no more. This is what got us into this predicament. That's what this is all about, y'all. I'm nobody trying to be better than nobody. Yusuf put it together because Yusuf said, man, for real, you trying to be free too? And I said, yeah. He said, all right, we're going to do a webinar. And then the people on this webinar, they're agreeing. I mean, most of it. So that's what this is about. This is not a debatable issue that we have, and no one has debated. So when your questions come, don't bring any debate. Bring a question that had to do with the table of contents of what was presented to you today. Because that's what all I was doing today, effective communication. And I want to make sure y'all understand this with crystal clarity before we get off this line, because we only have like another 45 minutes to an hour left. Because I haven't asked a question, because I've been doing a lot of talking. So we're going to talk for another 45 minutes to an hour, and then we can go enjoy our day. Next question? Or do you have any more questions of anybody else? I'm ready to listen.
Still have some questions that probably everybody else might be thinking too. One of them is the only original document we're going to be sending out is the cover letter, like an original signature on a cover letter, and the rest we send out are copies.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. Let me go to my notes. Filing instructions. You're going to make 2 original copies. And you know why I'm not putting this down? Because I want y'all to write. That's what's wrong with us. We don't write. Write. Start writing.
Okay.
Make 2 original copies of all your documents.
Right, but you said maintain 2 originals.
Absolutely.
So that's why I asked, do we not send out any originals?
No.
Okay. You do not send out originals. You send copies of everything.
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned something about authentic birth certificate. I'm not familiar with that process.
All right. I will go over that really quickly. Your birth certificate is owned by some people that you don't know who own it. Okay?
Right.
You hear me?
Yes, I hear.
Okay. You're supposed to be owning that birth certificate. And there's a process that we'll talk about in another time if you get on the high frequency blog talk, or if Yusef could could Yusef help me do the call. So we could definitely give you that information, but it doesn't have to do with what we're talking about today. But you're gonna have to get that birth certificate authenticated with the Department of State. It's gonna have to first go to your county. You're gonna get a copy of your birth certificate, vital statistics, office of where you were born, and you can either go there or you can get it in the mail. And then you're going to authenticate that in your Secretary of State office of where the birth certificate was.
Okay.
And then you're going to get that authenticated with the Department of State. Okay. That's the process. That's a whole nother process.
Okay. Okay, so once they change the status, do you have any idea how long it takes for them to do that? And if you're already working or not working, let's say you're applying for a new job and you still use your Social Security number, but it now has a new status attached to it.
Yes, it takes 10 days. It's supposed to take 10 days. They're supposed to respond. They're supposed to respond back to you within 10 days, pursuant to 26 USC 6065. Like when you read that letter that we put together, you'll see it right there. Okay. Read that letter, and in the back it tells you everything is right there. And don't forget, always go to your constitutional escape hatch.
Okay.
Somebody just asked me a question, so you're going to let us know when you get yours, right, Brother Issa? Y'all going to be the first ones to know. Oh, yeah, everything I do from now on is a new process. I want y'all to know some things about me. I'm just creating stuff. I'm only 45. I'm just learning these things. But I'm doing them under the law. You know what I'm saying? And so I want to produce that to you guys. But I have done, but I'm helping other people with a whole bunch of things, and it's working. And this is the accurate process how to do
it. Okay.
So always go to your constitutional escape hatch. See, that's why I gave you that. Remember, see, this stuff is being taped. I'm gonna make sure I give y'all everything. You have a constitutional escape hatch,
which is 20 CFR 422.110 parentheses A.
Bam.
Bam. Woo! Love it.
Yeah, and make copies of that and know it. And at the family reunions, tell your family about stuff like that. And stop doing electric slide and stuff. I'm sick of it.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Next question.
Okay, we're going to get Sterling in. Boy, you're a comedian too, boy. You're doing an electric slide. All right, Sterling, your mic is open.
Hello, yes, that was funny, the electric slide. Good for you. When we tell them to return the funds back to us, do you know if it's good to set up like a Treasury Direct account and have them send the funds to an account somewhere, which would, I guess, be under a private trust with no Social Security attached to it?
That is a great question. And I'm going to let Yusef answer that question after I say my part, okay?
Okay.
My suggestion is when the money comes back, if it does come back to you, you'll let us know that it came back, and then I will call Yusef. No, I'm serious. Because, we're doing some things, and, and then Yusef will tell you how to protect your assets. And it'll be through that trust. I know how to do it as well, but Yusef is really a trust law phenomenon. So I will let Yusef answer or finish. I would yield the floor to Yusef on the answer to that question.
Okay, now repeat it one more time.
Just one other.
Okay, now repeat it one more time.
I mean, what I was thinking is that, like, there are people who I know who've done this process before, and they've gotten letters back from the Social Security Administration. And so we're wondering what we did wrong. So we did learn quite a few things from how to fill out the form, but we were just thinking ahead and thinking, wait a minute, we're telling them to, you know, return the funds to us, but we're not giving them specific directions, but where to send the funds. So I was thinking maybe we ought to set up some Treasury Direct account somewhere, you know, under a private trust number, tax-exempt number, and, you know, just to give them something to go with and see what they do.
Okay, I'm gonna show. All right, I'm gonna mute you for a second because you're starting to give a lot of feedback, Issa. But I'm gonna say this. There is a document that I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, that gives me a clue. I have not done this, but this may be something that you want to check out for yourself in answer to your question. Because what you're talking about doing is collapsing that Social Security trust account and moving those funds over into another account that you got control over. Am I correct?
Yeah, well, that's essentially what we're telling them to do when, you know, we fill out that that form that we filled out today.
All right. Well, you ever seen this document right here? This is how to access your master straw account. Access the kind of account to discharge. You see it? You seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it before is what I'm asking you.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, in here, I've talked, before I ever saw this document, some attorneys gave me some information on how to collapse those accounts to get those money in those accounts. So you can get the money in those accounts. He didn't tell me specifically, but he said you had to draw down those money into those accounts. This is the only thing that I've ever found, and nobody ever knows who posted it, where this is very similar to what that attorney was telling me that day. And right here you have the Treasury Direct account, you have the DTC questionnaire. You're going to have to set up a private trust account. Now, in here they're telling you that you're going to have to do your trust account through a trust company. And it's going to, your DTC questionnaire is going to be filled out by this trust company too. But it gives a pretty good explanation, in my opinion, of, and this is what a lot of people on the upper echelon are doing right now. They're going through that, the DTC, doing that, utilizing that Rule 144A and getting an accusive number. So now you got a tracking number on that instrument, and then trying to, you know, funnel those that money down through those accounts into some type of Treasury Direct account or something like that. So I mean, that's just a lead. I'm not saying not giving you specifics. I've heard about that. I've been hearing about it for years. You know, Patrick Devine has talked about it. A lot of other people have talked about it. I haven't seen anybody who's been effectively be able to do that, what you're talking about, though.
Right. That's fine. Just one last question from a practical standpoint for Issa. Has he ever met anyone who has done this process, who has a regular job? Does he know if that affects sort of, you know, some of the taxes that's taken out, for example, the Medicare and Social Security? Has he met anyone where, you know, the employer is like, okay, we can't take this out, or, you know, what kind of practical experience does he have, or anyone who he's been affiliated with that has done this process, you know, for individuals who currently have a job, just in terms of what to expect?
Okay, this is what you should expect. you should expect everything going perfectly the way it's supposed to go, because you're going to put your energy toward that first of all. Second, when it does successfully happen, you will be put back into a database. I want y'all to understand what's really going on. You're going to be put back into a database. The information that was given on that revocation of false Social Security card is going to be put in the database. And that database is going to show that you're a non-resident alien now, because you changed the process. You changed your status with the SSA. And I want y'all to understand something. You did it exactly the way they told you to do it. So when it comes to your taxes at your job and things of that nature, when you get your pay stub, if they haven't changed that, then you go to Human Resources, show them your document that was sent, and get it changed. That's what we're going to be doing.
I see. Thank you, Issa.
You're welcome. Anybody there got a question?
Joe College, your mic is open.
I'm still here, y'all. Anybody have any questions?
This is
I'm
Vivian.
sorry. Hello, East, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have my mic muted on my phone. To the last young lady, that I can answer your questions, because I oversee a summer program where we hire youth, and a lot of things that Issa was saying when I first heard him connected a bunch of dots for me, because in hiring the teams, I'm working with the W-4s and the forms that need to go to HR. And I'm also seeing a lot of forms, like from Homeland Security, from the Latino community. They look like bonds when they're naturalized, when they've taken the oath, they naturalize. It actually looks like a certificate that we make up for, like a negotiable instrument to send to the Treasury. Also, the social cards, like Issa stated, you will have your name, and then it will say non-resident alien allowed to work. That's what it's going to actually say on the Social Security card. Now, when anybody that's had a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4:30 or 2 to 11 or 3 to 12, you have filled out the I-9 form. You just didn't realize that's what you was filling out, because they just shove papers in your face and tell you fill them out. That I-9 form is where you make your election to say if you are a U.S. citizen, non-resident alien, or let's see, what else does it say on there? It says a U.S. citizen, a non-resident alien. Well, that's really where you make your elections, your classification. So if you already got a 9 to 5 and they put you in the database as a non-resident alien, then you just fill out another I-9 form and send it to Human Resources so that they can classify you in the correct category within their database. That's basically what you have to do.
Absolutely, 100% correct.
Yeah, I just want to share that with the family, because I noticed some of the questions coming up, and I'm not being picky, because when I first started listening to Yusuf and started hearing trust, but before I started reading it, that was one of my very first questions. Well, can I be private, and can I, withdraw myself and still have a 9 to 5. Basically, what ISA is conveying to us is a proper process to where if we don't have a trust already set up, then we can still, navigate this commercial landscape. One other thing I want to just tell the family, even after today, family, we're going to have to keep reading and keep studying, because some of the questions I'm noticing that people are studying processes instead of the principles behind what's going on. Like when we start to compare what Brother Issa is doing to what Brother Jonah is doing, when they really both go together. Because if you study, you will see where one may have a dot, 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 and then a skip, and then another dot. That may be where Jonah fills in that dot in what he was teaching us. So, anytime like we are thinking of what a trust is, just start thinking of it in everyday terms. If you got insurance, that's a trust. Why? Because you pay money to somebody, to another entity that will benefit you if you make a request for it. You register your car, that's a trust. Why? Because you're getting taxed from the city. If you got an individual retirement account, that's a trust. Why? Because they holding your money for your benefit. Pension plans, all of that. So when we start to change our thinking, a lot of the questions that we have will be answered through our study. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. I don't want to seem like I'm ranting.
No, you did a great job, brother. I appreciate you helping me along the way. Like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm looking at the questions that are being posted, and I'm going to answer them when I see them come up. Does this in any way affect your secure party agreement, power of attorney, hold harmless indemnity, and common law copyright UCC 1? I'm going to read it back. Does this in any way affect? Yeah, it affects it. So you send in a notice to them where your UCC 1 agent say, hi, how you doing today? I just got rid of my social. That's it. See, a lot of stuff that we are doing, y'all, we're doing too much. If you change something, you need to correct the record, right? Just correct the record. That's it. Okay, I'm trying to find the next question. Or if anybody got a question, they want to come on, doesn't matter. Y'all can let me know. But I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Now, once you do this process, what does that do as far as the other minimum contacts? Like if you still have a driver's license or a marriage license, what does that do as far as those other minimum contacts that you do have, since you just took one main minimum contact being the Social Security number?
Okay, great question. And how I will answer that back to you is so I can know exactly where you're coming from. What exactly are you trying to do? Like, you want to go over the driver's license first?
It doesn't matter. I mean, everybody's trying to get off this plantation. And like Yusuf said, and you were saying yourself, that everybody, if you ask too many questions, they really don't want to be off this plantation. But I happen to be an individual that wants to be off this plantation and want to be left alone. So I want to take care of most of these minimum contacts where if I do one thing and they're able to hold you to, well, you got to, you have a contract over here, even though you got rid of your Social Security number, you still have a driver's license, or you're still a registered voter. So I like to cross all T's and dot all the I's.
Okay, absolutely. And I'm going to do my best to answer that and give you back a great answer, because that was a great question, and people are in the chat saying that's a good question. This is what you're going to do. After this process is over and you change your status under the constitutional escape hatch, you go to the DMV. Write this down. Say, how you doing today? I have a license here, and here are the documents that say that I'm not a U.S. citizen. I don't know if I should give it to you or should I give it to your official or whatever, but I just wanted to come. Who do I talk to about that? And you hand them an affidavit of, I have rescinded. Matter of fact, you can go to the, everybody pull up, okay, I'm gonna pull it back up. We're gonna go to the affidavit to correct the record. See what I'm saying? You're correcting the record. So we're gonna pull that one back up. Don't forget, this is gonna be a template for y'all. You use it anytime you want. You go into the DMV or any human resource office and you tell them that you put this on the record. And don't forget, number 5. This affidavit complies with the rules of evidence and is admissible in any tribunal, court, or domestic foreign office in the United States and the United States of America. So that's what you'll do. You just go in there and tell them that. And they'll fix it in the system there as well. Maybe when we get these things coming back slowly but surely, we'll just start corresponding with the agencies and communicating with them just like this. That's how I would do it. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes, you did. I had just one more question.
Okay.
Okay, and the other question is this, because what I want to do is when I get started right, I want to make sure I'm doing everything correct. I guess a lot of us are real scared of, making, doing the wrong thing. And because this is sounding very similar to like the resignation of agency, and then the organization being the birth certificate, and then the place of residence is really the District of Columbia. And here it is, you're in, say another state. And that's how they always get you, Congress gets you when you're in commerce, interstate commerce, because, because you're in one state and, the organization being the birth certificate is, the organization. So this thing sounds somewhat similar to that when you do a resignation of agency. So I don't know if it's similar to it or if it's not similar to it, because it seems like it's another remedy also.
And that's why we're putting it all together like this. Like Jonah gave me Jonah told me to rescind all the signatures, and that is 100% on point. And everything now, guys, after you do this, it's about personal development. How are we talking to the people we're dealing with? How are we going to communicate to people we're dealing with? Simple. Here are our copies of our originals that we kept. Here's what was sent to their bosses, which is the IRS and the Social Security Administration. Things have been changed with their boss. So change my stuff. And be kind about it and have it all right there. And yeah, this is it. This is it, y'all. Next question. Oh yeah, guys.
Oh, you answered my question.
Okay, no, go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Now you answered.
Hello? Okay, thank you. All right. Anybody else got a question?
Open Fred's mic up, but I don't know if he can, he said, Fred, your mic is open. You got 2 mics, Fred.
Oh, is that right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to say, Brother Issa, yeah, that's some good research you've been doing there. I appreciate the information. However, I wanted to just add something to what you're doing, because I've been doing my research also, and the Code of Federal Regulations actually has a procedure for you to correct the record, and that's under 20 CFR 401.65.
I saw that in that chat, brother. I need to change the right there thing. 20 CFR 401.65.
Correct. And that,
we're gonna pull that up real quick. You mind?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, but while we're pulling it up, can you continue to your question below?
Yeah, of course, I was going to let you know that tells you how to actually label the envelope and everything. It's under the Privacy Act. So, I wanted to ask you, did you actually get any correspondence back from what you've done?
Okay, the echo, I couldn't hear you last. Your question. I'm on it.
I said, did you get any correspondence back from what you sent out already?
Oh yeah, true story. I did this last Thursday when they had the good show with the European guy on there on Saturday show. I was in the Social Security office handling my business, just mailing everything off, and certified mails and all that stuff. So that's when I did it, y'all. I did it last Saturday. Last Thursday. I apologize.
Can I say something? It tells you in there that the only way that they will acknowledge you're going to get anything back is if they cannot process it. That's the only time you'll get, because everything on the private side is worked through silence. I know that. So it says in D and C, it says acknowledgement of correction request. We will acknowledge receipt of a correction request within 10 working days unless we can review and process the request and give an initial determination of denial or compliance before that time. So, it says before that time. So, we will acknowledge receipt of the correction of the request within 10 days. You did say they had 10 days to do it, right?
Yeah.
If the record is wrong, if the record is wrong, yeah, this is some good information to have. This is excellent. Thank you, brother. This needs to be added into the Dropbox. I'm gonna put it in the Dropbox for everybody.
And also add that in your letter. You see, watch this. I put all the stuff together for us today. I put it together all week. But this brother just came on and just added it on to the high frequency family. Thank you so much.
He did. It's some good information.
This Ron, no. You said you know me from Vegas.
Yep, sure do. That's some good information, brother. You came with right there. Because everything is procedural. So, it's good information to have. Make sure that we're doing everything correctly. So
yeah, they're gonna act like they don't know what they're talking about if you don't go through this Privacy Act. That's how you gotta put it to them. So
yeah, you gotta put
you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, always put your codes and everything in where you're getting your process from.
I love this, man. I love learning the new CFR code. And add that in the letter, y'all. And y'all, effective communication. Somewhere in the letter, put in there acknowledgement of correction request. Under Code of Federal Regulations 401.65, I have complied with the request.
I'm putting it all in the Dropbox. I'm putting together a Dropbox folder for everyone who's been on the webinar today. Everybody will have access to that. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, why don't everybody who is in chat right now, just put your email in chat right now, and I'll go ahead and start sending out the invites to the Dropbox for that. So so people won't be hitting me later. I might as well do the work now. So just
good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Yeah, and y'all don't forget, very important on that SSA 521. I know we got it. We did really well today. But don't forget to put that date of application. And that date of application is the date of the original application for the Social Security card.
Now, how do we know when that is? Because I probably missed it.
All you got to do is like, okay, this is what I did. Hey, y'all, this is what I did. When I went down to the Social Security office to get my pneumatic request under the Privacy Act for a photocopy of the original SS5 application, she said we couldn't do it at their office, but here is the website and everything to go do, which she gave me everything I needed. Didn't give me no hard time at all. But as I was leaving, I said, I only need this form to get the original date on the original application of the original SS5 that was filled out on me. So I said, I used some persuasion, I complimented, and I said, man, you've been so helpful today. Before I leave, could you please give me the date of the original application? And you know, I'm proud. I don't have no U.S. citizenship cards whatsoever. She said, I need your license, so I need this or that, blah, blah, blah. I said, I don't have any of that stuff. I said, but I am a reader at the Library of Congress. And I gave her my reader card. She said, all right. And then she gave me the date. Wasn't that cool?
That was cool.
But you still got to order the form. And guess what that is? HTTP colon www.ssa.gov/FOIA guide, G-U-I-D-E guide, H as in ham, T as in Tom, M as in Mike, number sign, capital T, lowercase o, lowercase c, 5177 454 31. What I just gave y'all was, if the person wants a copy of his or her pneumatic report, which contains all identified information, he or she must request it under FOA procedures. A written request per GN, I know y'all write this down, 03340.015 is needed. And then it's going to charge you a fee. So guess what? I kind of made it so now you got to go to the Social Security office. Oh yeah, if you're going to mail it, send a request to, write this down, y'all, SSA OEO DERO. Oh yeah, I apologize, guys. SSA is separate, OEO is separate, and DERO is separate. And then parentheses, FOIA area. Okay, people saying they can't hear you. You hear me, Yusuf?
Yeah, but it's being recorded, man. They're gonna have to go back in because I mean I don't know why they didn't hear. That's not. I can hear you fine, and other people can hear you fine. So I mean I can't. You can't hear that's your computer.
We can hear it, but there's so much feedback that we can't understand it.
I don't hear any feedback either. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Okay, how do I sound now?
Hold on. I'm muting all the funk. A lot of people open up their phone lines. All right, go ahead now.
Okay, how do I sound now? Y'all let me know how I sound. Okay, once I say okay, better, much better, slight echo. No, all, okay. I don't know what y'all missed. So, Hakeem and Charles say I have echo, okay. I'm just going to keep reading, guys. I don't know what's going on. Yusef said I'm good. So. Issa echo, Yusef no echo. It echoes when Yusef, somebody said turn down the computer. Somebody told me to turn down my computer. Okay. Can y'all hear me better now? Much better. Yeah, okay, good. It was my computer. Okay. Somebody told me to type the link. Oh, no, I want you to write it down. If the person wants a copy of his or her, oh man, no, if the, we got it right, y'all. If the person wants a copy of his or her Numadin, I don't mind saying it again, which contains all identifying information, he or she must request it under FOA procedures. A written request per GN 03340.015 is needed. So again, that's GN 03340.015 is needed. And that is that code is the how to request, which is what I'm about to give you next. There's going to be a fee for this. Now, everybody listening, write this down. H as in ham, TTP, colon, 2 forward slashes, www.ssa.gov FOIA/FOIA/GUIDE.HTM capital T lowercase OC 517745431. Send the request to SSA, one word, OEO, other word, DERO, other word, parentheses, FOIA area, P.O. Box 33022, Baltimore, Maryland, 21290-3022. If you want to send it express mail, send it to the same first line, which is SSA OEO DERO for FOIA area, but the address is different. 300 N. Green Street, Baltimore, Maryland, 21290-0300. The request will take 30 days to process. Yusef.
I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna put that info into the chat. I mean, okay, I'll email it to you.
Okay, y'all, that's about it. That's going to wrap it up for today. We want to thank everybody for coming out. I am putting everybody. Fred said he got one more comment. All right, go ahead, Fred. Go ahead, Fred, while I'm putting this stuff in the chat. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add to that this correction that we're making. If you look on that CFR that I gave you earlier, it said the number one thing it asks for the system of records for which the record is retrieved and which you want to correct. The name of that system is actually hold on a second. It's the master social security file.
Is the individual master file?
The number is 60-0058, master files of social security number.
Now, you have an individual master file. You also have a master account, and this is for the lady earlier who asked about getting money out of the account and everything. If she wants to know about that, what she should be reading is Operation Circular Number 1 from the Federal Reserve. That's just a hint. That's beyond the scope of what we're talking about right now, but that's what they're supposed to be reading. But that's the individual master file. Unsanitized version. They have a sanitized and unsanitized version.
Hey, you sir.
Uh-huh.
How many people were on this webinar today?
I don't know. I got to calculate it out because people coming in and out. But I think it's probably going to be around like 35, 36, something like that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it was good. It was good audience. We had a very good turnout today. Very, very good turnout. Very good turnout. I want to thank everybody for coming out. He said, you survive people that have been trying to reach you. I know you're very busy, but they are willing to work with you to get you funds in any possible way. Okay. All right. Well, all right. All right, I got your email right there. It says somebody's trying to get in touch with me. All right, I'm sending an email. But that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. Hold on a minute. My email is ISSAOEL@yahoo.com. Send me the emails if you need to contact me. And then when we get to talking and kicking it on the email, we'll give out that number. But it's ISSAOEL@yahoo.com. And I will see y'all on High Frequency Radio. I'm on it every day.
All right, y'all.